Hello my fellow readers. In this video I'm going to talk about Lovecom or Lovely Complex. This is by Aya Nakahara, and this is a shoujo comedy relationship fiction series where we have the main character Riza Koizumi, and Riza is the tallest girl in her class, and she is often humorously paired up with the shortest boy in her class, Atsushi Otani. So they're forced to pair together by the class, and then they laugh and call them the All Hanshin Kyojin, or it's based on this comedy duo. So people love to pair them and then like laugh about, ha ha ha, look at that really tall girl with a really short boy, it's so funny. So in general, the two do not like being paired together. There's a lot of humor that involves that, where it's like, you know, joking about each other's heights and, you know, not wanting to be paired with one another and why do they have to be, etc., etc. But at the same time, they are sort of forced to be together, so they do also have to get to know each other. And in talking, you know, we'll hear from Otani that he wants to fall in love and he wants to find like a nice shorter girl that he can be with, and then we have Riza, who's also saying like the same thing but about a guy. The two of them both have crushes on other people in their classes. I'm trying to remember if Riza's crush was new to the class. I don't know, but Otani's crush is like this sweet, studious girl, and Riza likes this taller boy. It's kind of soft-spoken. I think he's a pretty good character. And so Otani and Riza agree to sort of like work with each other to get their crushes to notice them and like hang out together. So I think they set up like group instances where they can like be together, not like full-on group dates, but just like, hey, let's go hang out at, you know, whatever. And all four of them will be together. But soon after like doing that, the two crushes, it's kind of obvious to the reader, are forming crushes on each other, not on Otani or Riza. And that in and of itself is kind of funny, because they're also like both really awkward, and so kind of Otani and Riza get dragged into helping the two of them meet up and date. So it's really funny, and the whole time too, while all this is going on, Riza is seeing Otani in a new light, like his talents and his personality, how nice he is, and thinking, you know, he wouldn't be that bad as a potential boyfriend. And you know, their whole like, they really get along with each other in a lot of ways too. Like they have very similar interests and personalities. Their biggest stopping point with each other is their height difference, and their classmates making an issue out of it. And so much of the series itself is just that adventure, I guess it's an adventure, and journey of seeing, you know, will they find other people that they're interested in, or will they get over their complex about the height difference and get with one another because they are similar to one another. They're both good characters, good people, and it's just height. It's just height. Yeah, it's just a really lovely, charming shoujo series. I can't remember how many volumes there are. I feel like at least 12. So you will get that full arc of a story. What I do like about it is that it is a comedy series. It's fun and funny. There are, of course, those shoujo romantic moments. There's the heavy relationship fiction side of it. So you will get to know these characters. The characters are authentic, and there's just something always nice, I feel like, in a lot of manga when characters are believable. You feel like you could know these people and you can root for them in the story. All in all, this is a very like charming shoujo series, and it's a very solid read, and it's probably one of the classics now of the genre. You know, if you look up some of those, you know, highly recommended series that like everybody talks about for a shoujo, Love Com would probably be on there somewhere. I don't want to get too into the series and about what happens, because one, I think in a lot of ways you probably already know a lot of what's going to happen in the series. Because with shoujo, especially when it's laid out with this, you pretty much, you're like, okay, you know, feelings are going to develop. But I think what happens a lot of times in cases like this, it's the journey to get there, and maybe even seeing them like try for other relationships and that not working as well as they would think. I think this is done a lot better than, say, stories like what's it called, Tall Girl, that really not so great Netflix teen movie where like literally the biggest problem was just that she was tall. This actually has a bit more heart and comedy and story. Yeah, and I like a lot of the side characters that you get to meet too. Their two love interests in this volume are sweet, kind of dorky characters that you can't fault them for not falling for Riza and Otani. There's nothing wrong with them, you know, finding interest in one another. Yes. So I borrowed this series from the library, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it has gotten very worn. Like, this is a very well-loved, at least first volume of the series. Like, even looking inside, the pages are getting worn. And I read this a while ago, so when I read it, the cover was pristine, and it looked really good. And now I'm glad though, because I do think that this is another series that you don't see many people talk about anymore. But it's a great series, it's a classic, and I think that a lot of the tropes that could be found in this series, the series probably started. Yeah, it's sweet and funny, and I like it. I like it. So yeah, a nice series about seeing people in a different light, about giving people a try, and not getting stuck on weird, stupid things like height difference. Like, it's just a weird, if you like each other, you like each other. So if you would like to check out Lovely Complex, I believe it's still in print to this day, because this is a Viz print, and Viz often keeps their works in print. Whether or not it's easy to get, I don't know, because of the publication shortages that are happening. But check with your local library, because if it's like mine, we have it. Yeah, highly recommend. That is it for this video. Until next time, bye.